how we met.
Okay. You go.
Well, obviously, there's two sides to every story.
And
So
do I have to say the funny thing that I told my sister?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
He lied about something, so I guess that's what he's gonna tell you guys. Okay. So this is the real truth of how we met, okay? So, okay, let me tell you my side of the story. This is how I even knew about him. So, I had PE 9th grade with this girl, and she had a crush on him. Now, at that time, I had no idea who he was. We didn't have any classes. We didn't go to the same middle school at all. So, this girl was telling me about him, you know, and I was like, yeah, girl, like, just talk to him, like, if that's what you want. Like, I was telling this girl, like, go for it. Because she was like, oh, yeah, he was texting me, and I feel like he likes me. So, yeah, that's how I first heard his name. But again, I didn't know what he looked like. I didn't know about him. So I was just like, cool. So, next thing I know, I saw this dude. And you can see from the first video, I saw him, I think it was a morning or lunch. Not sure. I think it was morning. He was hugging this girl on this bench. And if you guys went to SL, you know how the 9th grade campus looks. There was like a bench that faces like the entrance where people eat lunch, and he was like this. He was holding her like this, like awkward.
What bench? What bench?
It was.
I'm trying to remember the bench.
Where people where you eat lunch, like, you know where people get the lunch. It was the bench that wasn't closest to the gym, but like closer to like the entrance of the school. Mm-hmm. Anyways, he was hugging her like this, like awkward as fuck. Like they were sitting both like facing forward, and he was like this.
Why are you so mad? It wasn't you.
Yeah, I don't care. No, that's like the first visual I've had of him. And so yeah, I saw him, and then months go by. I think like a month or 2 or 3. I saw him like around Christmas time, like in December, I think. And then a couple months, like 3 months later.
December, damn.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
No, I know it was like around the end of the year. Mm-hmm. And then you know, months go by, whatever. And I realized that this dude, his best friend, was in my PE class. So, you know, being the sneaky person I am, I became close to his best friend, and then I snuck it in there, and I was like, oh, do you know Job? And he was like, yeah, I do. He's like my best friend. And I was like,
I'm sorry,
oh,
okay?
Okay. What?
I'm sorry, best friend. You know who you are.
But
old best friend.
Yeah, that's how it happened, okay? And then one day, his best friend and I were talking on the phone, and I popped it up and I was like, hey, so you know Job? Yeah, I think he's cute. I threw it in there on purpose. And you know, he was trying to sway me away from, you know, him, take my mind off of him. But I was like, yeah, so can you tell him I think he's cute? And then, what do you mean?
Go.
And then, yeah, that night, he was like, you want me to call him? And I was like, yes. So he called him. We got him on the phone, and I was quiet. I was just like, shh. And he didn't know I was on the phone, and he got on the phone, and he was, talking, whatever. And then his best friend was like, hey, this girl, Justice? And he was like, yeah. It's like, oh, she thinks you're cute. And he was like, really? And then he was like, and she's actually on the phone. Say hi, Justice. And I was like, hi. And then it got dead silent. And then he was like, hi. And then it just kind of got super awkward from there. And then we, his best friend was like, guys, I think I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. So good night. And then we all said good night, and that's it. We cut it. And it was almost like 12. That's what I remember. Okay.
And then I was so fly and I called you.
No. Okay, you tell them your part, because obviously at that time when he called, you knew who I was. So tell them how you knew
okay. Tell them from the beginning when I
yeah, like exactly what you're beginning.
Okay, so I had a group of friends. I was like 5 or 6 of them, and we would always hang out in the corner of the gym building, and there was like a gate. Hella losers all in the corner where no one can see us, just standing like dumbasses and talking. And then there was this one kid that was like really short, and that's when I first saw her. She was staring our direction, and then I was telling the dude like, yo, she hella likes you, look, she's hella staring at you. And he was like, nah dude, she ugly, she hella hurt, this and that. I know, I'm sorry. And then I was like, dude, you don't even have a girlfriend. Like, what are you doing? Like, you don't even get girls. Well, I don't know. From when I knew him, he didn't. And then, days or like weeks or a month later, I don't know. Like in the first video, like I said, she was bending over, getting her food like a sexy girl. She went like, she sounded like this, and then I don't know, she went like that. And her butt was nice.
I was getting food.
Lying. You don't bend over the thing like that much.
Because I needed to talk to the lunch lady. It's not like I was doing something like on purpose, like, hey, look at my butt.
Yeah, you were. Okay, whatever. Then I saw her do that, and that's when I noticed her more. And then, I do remember one part. I knew one of her best friends at the moment. And her best friend, and I think she was talking to her best, this is what you told me. You were talking to her, and then you told her, oh, you know that guy over there? I think he's cute. I think he's cute. And she knew me because we used to have like a class together. And then she was like, oh, okay, well, let me go tell him. And then she ran to me, and it was random because I didn't really talk to her anymore.
I remember.
And then she was like, oh, do you know a girl called Justice? And I didn't hear Justice. I thought she said Jessica. And I was like, I think I do. And then she was like, oh, never mind. And then she just walked away. She went, and then I like looked at her, and then I saw her. And then I was like, wow, what a perv. And then...
What? You thought I was a perv? Me?
A little bit.
I didn't even do anything.
But I knew you were like...
No, that girl, she forced herself over there. I did not say anything. I was just like, oh, that's the dude. And that was it. And he was like... And she's like, oh, Job, I know Job. Blah, blah, blah. And then she walked her ass over there. I didn't tell her to go over there. I was just...
You're thirsty.
No. Hell no. I didn't even tell her that. I just... When she did that, I was like, oh, my God. What the fuck is she doing?
Okay. And then after that... I don't remember after that. I do remember you turned around and looked at me at like lunch break or something like that. I was sitting with my best friend and his friend, and then that's it. And then after that, it's, she called my friend, and then I talked to her.
So fast forward, after we hung up on the phone with the best friend, he asked for my number, and then the best friend texted me and was like, hey, he asked for your number. Should I give it to him? I was like, duh, what the heck? Like,
she wanted
throw that number at him. Like, call him, tell him that number. Like, go ahead. So, he ended up texting me. He just
tell him what you said.
I said
How many Y's did you put?
Like 2.
No.
He
You
said-
put like 12
He said, "Hey," and I said, "Hey."
with a smiley face.
But I didn't even say. I didn't even. I didn't put 12 Y's. That's crazy.
You put hella Y's.
I put like 4. Okay.
No.
Nah, he's over exaggerating.
No.
Don't listen to him. He doesn't remember
I know.
anything. No. Okay. So after we talked that day, we planned to meet up at the movies.
Mhm.
So that was gonna be the first time we actually like saw each other in person to like talk. Like we've seen each other, we've just never like talked. So
We were like on break.
yeah, we were on
Like a two-week break.
it was on, I think it was like, it was spring break because I just turned 15. It was my birthday, I think on a Monday, and then we met on that Thursday. So this is how we met. 15-year-old, I've never had like a real boyfriend, and my dad did not allow me to date. So obviously what I had to do was get a best friend over with me to sneak me out. So we put together a plan, and I took my friend with me, and we said we were going to the movies, which we did. We went to Bayfair, San Leandro, and I bought us tickets for the movie, and then I just left her at the movies.
Really?
Yeah, by herself, and she watched the movie by herself. I told my dad to drop me at a certain time and told him to pick me up at a certain time, and I said the movie's gonna end around this time, so pick me up. And then I see him, so when me and my friend got to the movies, we were like in line, we bought our ticket, we were like standing outside, and he said that he was on his way, and all I see is him, his best friend, and his brother that was driving him at the time because he couldn't drive, drove him to the movies, and we met up for the first time at the movies. Right?
Yep. And then I bought everyone's ticket because I felt like a baller.
Yeah, oh my god. So we got, okay.
I needed to impress you.
I scratched that.
bro.
I did not buy the tickets. I forgot.
Hey, yeah, you did it.
He bought the tickets, so we went to go pick the movie. This dude, he went up and he was like, "Oh, I'll pay for everybody." And how much was it, the total?
I had no money after that.
I think it was like...
It was like 100.
It was close to $100. And I was like, I turned to my friend like, look, he just bought everyone's ticket. Like, what a show off. He looked like he had hella money, whatever.
Yeah, I had no money after that.
And now that I'm remembering, sorry guys, because this is like 7 years ago. No, we actually watched that movie that day.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we watched that
was like,
movie.
wait.
I don't remember what movie it was. But, did you hold my hand? I don't remember.
I did.
Oh, he did. And again, his mouth smelled like gum. That's all he did.
Because it stank.
He chewed gum all the time. Anyways, we actually watched the movie, whatever, and then we were saying bye. And then my dad picked me up, and I was just like, I can't believe what we just did, because I was just a 15-year-old girl. But after that, because we started to see each other, we kept going to the movies with our same friends. But my friend always... Thank you, Ranishwa. I'm just gonna... It's Ranishwa. She was the friend. She was the third wheel that stuck through. She stuck through the relationship. She was there for me. She didn't care.
She wanted to go watch a movie.
Yeah, she was a really good friend. After that, we just kept going to the movies. I kept saying the same thing. Me and Ranishwa were gonna go watch a movie. We're gonna go watch a movie. I always left, and then I came back, and sometimes we watched 2 movies, and then I came back, and then I would read what the movie is about on Google, and then that's what I would say. That was the movie.
So yep.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And no, we did not kiss on the first date. I
wasn't sure if she was the one yet.
He kiss anyone that's the one. Yeah. Was that your first kiss?
Yes.
No, fucking liar. He's a liar. Anyways, that's how we first met. Like that's how 7 years started. This was like freshman year, 2011, April of 2011. This was how it started. Any input?
I don't regret it.
What the fuck was that?
End this video.
Okay guys, well, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, comment down below what you want to see, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.